All right, so today we're going to look at something a bit different.
Yeah.
We're diving into, well, loneliness,
Okay.
but not the bad kind,
Yeah.
right? Like when you're,
Right.
feeling isolated.
Yeah.
We're talking about those moments when you're just by yourself.
Solitude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Solitude.
Yeah.
And you know how most of us think of being alone as like this,
Oh, yeah, like a bad thing.
yeah, like a negative
You
thing.
seem to avoid.
Exactly. But we found this article called,
Yeah.
it's called, What If Loneliness is Actually Good?
Interesting.
And it got us thinking, what if those times when we're alone
Yeah.
could actually be good for us?
Yeah. That's what we're diving into today.
Right. Like good in a way that helps us grow and learn about ourselves.
Exactly. So not chronic loneliness,
Right.
which can be really harmful, but those moments.
Yeah, those little pockets of solitude
Yeah, exactly.
that we all experience.
Right. And the article argues that instead of fearing those moments,
Yeah,
we should see them as a chance to actually grow.
I like that.
Yeah.
A chance to grow.
It's a catalyst.
Okay, so how so? Like how can being alone help us grow?
Well, the article makes this really interesting point. It
Right.
says that loneliness gives you the space to actually hear yourself.
Hear yourself.
Yeah. Like without all the noise and distractions from other people,
Okay.
you can finally tune in to your own thoughts and feelings.
You know what? I think that's so true because when I'm surrounded by people,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly trying to keep up with the conversation.
Right. You're focused outward.
Yeah, and like be, witty or whatever.
Yeah, you're performing for other people.
Exactly. But when I'm alone,
Yeah.
there's this like quietness.
Yeah.
And I can finally just,
Be with yourself.
be with myself and hear what's actually going on inside.
Exactly. And the article argues that's actually where real personal growth happens.
I never thought of it that way.
It's like hitting the reset button on your inner compass.
Okay, so I get that being alone can help us connect with ourselves.
Yeah.
But the article also mentioned some pretty creative people.
Yes. It talked about Van Gogh,
Yeah. Emily Dickinson.
Nikola Tesla,
Like all these amazing artists and inventors who are known for being alone a lot.
and they were incredibly creative.
So is there a connection between loneliness and creativity?
The article seems to think so.
Okay.
It even calls it the lone genius archetype.
Like the lone genius.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? When you're alone,
Yeah.
your mind can wander freely, explore new ideas, make connections that you might not make in a crowded room.
So you're saying that distractions can actually stifle creativity.
Yeah. Think about it. When you're constantly bombarded with information,
Uh-huh.
it's hard for your brain to make those unique leaps,
Right.
like to connect the dots in a new way.
So solitude allows our brains to make those connections.
Exactly. The article even mentions studies linking solitude to better problem-solving skills.
Wow. So it's not just like a feeling. It's like there's actually something happening in our brains.
Right. Researchers believe that when we're alone, our brains engage in what's called unconscious thought.
Unconscious thought.
Yeah, it's this kind of background processing
Okay.
where your brain is sifting through information, making connections, even when you're not actively thinking about it.
Wow. That's amazing. So being alone can make us more creative and better problem solvers.
That's what the research suggests.
Okay. So we've talked about self-discovery and creativity,
Yeah.
but the article also mentioned something else.
Oh, right. It talked about how loneliness can actually make you more independent.
I never thought of it that way.
Right. It's like learning to be comfortable in your own company can actually make you more self-reliant.
So instead of always needing other people around,
Yeah, you learn to rely on yourself.
and that can make you more confident.
Exactly. You're not constantly seeking validation from others.
Right. You're not afraid to be alone with your own thoughts
And the article argues that this independence can help you face challenges.
because you can handle things on your own.
Right. You've built up that inner strength.
So maybe instead of dreading those moments when we're alone, we should embrace them.
I think that's a really powerful takeaway from this deep dive.
Yeah. Those moments of solitude could be opportunities for growth.
Exactly. They're a chance to reconnect with ourselves
Boost our creativity.
and build our independence.
It really makes you rethink how we view loneliness.
Yeah. It's not always a bad thing.
In fact, it might be just what we need to thrive.
So here's a question for you listeners.
Yeah.
If you were to intentionally carve out some time for solitude, what would that look like for you?
That's a great question.
And what might you discover about yourself in the process?
Something to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.